Apparently, we are entering the golden age of amazing actors in awful material. Seventh Son is the name of the movie. Jeff Bridges and Julianne Moore starring in a story about witches and knights and dragons and battles and all that stuff that you might see in a typical fantasy movie. And the question is, how well does it work all together? You've got good actors here, right? Jeff Bridges and Julianne Moore, so obviously the movie's going to be amazing. No, it's like the opposite. Yeah, this is a really, really bad movie. We'll start with the good. I thought some of the effects were fun. Not necessarily great effects, but kind of the transformations and the way some of the effects worked in the movie were good. And if there's nothing else in movies these days, I feel like I say this a lot, technology has allowed movies to do visual effects really, really well. And so even in the worst of these kind of big budget, whether it's sci-fi or fantasy in this case, movies, at least you've got something cool to look at every once in a while. And that's the case here as well. The problem is they're just not used in very good moments. Like the battles themselves are really clunky, as is most of this movie. It's one of those movies that you watch and you're just going, wait, why is this happening? What is going on here? Why is this person doing this? And not only that, but you're looking at great actors here who are just stuck in this awful material. I really felt bad for Julianne Moore and Jeff Bridges, although Jeff Bridges seems like he's just along for the ride. At times this movie reminded me a little bit of like a Monty Python movie. Like that's how the tone was messed up. It was just like, are they trying to be ridiculous? Like, are they trying to make a B movie? Because Jeff Bridges is putting on his game face and doing some really interesting character stuff here. I think I could have, in a different situation, loved that performance, but in this movie, I think it falls completely flat. The same with Julianne Moore. Over the top, evil witch, Mother Malkin. Julianne Moore just does not feel at any time like a real threatening presence because it just feels like a clunky movie. Of course, a lot of that also has to do with the fact that it's actually kind of boring. When the action scenes aren't happening, when those effects that we talked about aren't on the screen, it's just exposition after exposition about this world and about why a seventh son of the seventh son and why you're having these visions of what's going to happen and will it happen and can you change them and here's what this world is about, and just this exposition that lasts for minutes and minutes and just creates this real lull and boredom in the movie, which in a movie like this, the only thing it has going for it are those exciting moments. We need more of those, not less of those in a movie like this. Yeah, overall, this is a loser of a movie. Definitely one I would not even recommend checking out on DVD. It's a swing and a miss on just about all accounts. Pretty stuff to look at. So, but again, if you're not going to go spend the money to see it in the theater, that pretty stuff is going to be diminished on your television anyway. Don't see this in 3D, by the way. It is way too dark of a movie, and I don't mean like tone-wise. I mean like actual darkness on the screen. The 3D glasses make it even darker. So avoid 3D on this one, I would say. But yeah, overall, I did not like this at all. I would go with a C-. And I'm telling you, that sounds generous based on the way I'm talking about it. That is just respect for Jeff Bridges right there. Like that performance, there's something there that I'm willing to have fun watching. It brings it all the way up to a C-, in my opinion. There are plenty of other movies out that you might want to check out. You can search around yourmoviefriend.com for my reviews on other stuff that's out. Of course, there's other movies out this week that I'll throw up links to over here. And of course, if you would subscribe to the channel, I'd really appreciate that. Loving doing these reviews, loving hearing your comments. Thanks for participating in the channel. And as always, I will give you 5 extra seconds for you to subscribe. Right, Baymax? 5 seconds.